Hey guys, welcome back to another DA Korean Hang with me, Patrick. We're going to be continuing our animation with rigging Millie, our 3D character that I've been rigging for the past couple times. We're going to continue rigging that. As you can see, it is very dark out. That's because we are actually unable to do these live because of camp going on now. Woo! Camp! Maybe? Cool? I think it's cool. Anyway, I think it's cool, and so I've been teaching camp during this time. So instead I've had to resort to recording at a later time. And this week has been very busy with camp starting and us wanting to make sure it's the best camp possible. So hence the late night recording session. But no matter what, we're here today and let's get some hanging down and some fun rigging down. I don't know what I was talking about last time. Oh right, I was rigging this arm. You know what? I'm gonna reset this pose all. Reset the pose. Okay, cool. I kind of want to just rig other things today, right? So normally I don't do this until the end of the process and I might need to redo it again. But this one is a little bit more fun to do and more fun to see, so I might go back to rigging the rest of this. I don't know, let's just rig. Okay, never mind, forget what I said, forget. Welcome to Korean Hang, where points don't matter and we do things on the seat of our pants. Anyway, so, what was I saying? So yeah, camp has started. We've gone into full swing, and I've been teaching VR, and I don't like what I did there. I've been teaching VR and game design, which that is not a good rig. Okay, so let us go in and fix that. Wait, paint. I wish this was easier now. Why did they get rid of the easy bits? Okay. And I wish that, it would be, right? Like, it doesn't, no. I prefer this rig coloring. Like, look at that. That is a way better color / rig thing. Let's look and see how that goes. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go into object mode. And we're gonna go into pose mode. And we're just gonna swing it out. You see, that looks way better. How did that one come out way better? That didn't, but that came out. Yeah, I should just go back to the original. So we're gonna take this. Okay, so it is. Okay, so this one's definitely 100, and so is this one. Yes, because 50, 75. Yes, 75. Yes. Yes. Wait. No. Now I'm confused. Crap. Let me see this. I wonder if I could just match the weights. Probably not, right? No. Okay. Let's see. The paint. Okay, so where's the 50 here? Okay, it looks like the 50 is. I'm guessing this is the 50 then. Yeah, that has to be the 50. That's the 75. Right? Does it spread out from there? Why am I doing this the hard way? I can just go here and select the pose. Let's select this bone. This bone is some sort of bone that exists. Okay, this is bone. Boop, doop, doop, boop, doop, 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 doop. Right forearm. Okay, so let's see what vertices are in the right forearm. So we're gonna go into here. We're gonna go into edit mode. I'm going to select our right forearm. I'm going to do select. Yeah, no, so then it has to be, oh, I did something there. Why did I do that? What did I do? Because that looks good. Can I just copy the, nah. It's the way to just be like, yeah, copy that one. Okay, so let's go here and see what's different here. Okay, so this is where I get a little bit annoyed at for changing things. Because it used to be able to just do this super easily. Like, I didn't need to worry about it, just be like, okay, just match colors and do this fun jazz. Now I have to go through different processes because it doesn't tell me everything anymore. It doesn't be like, hey, this is how you show everything. I have to like go in and be like, how does this work here? What does this do? How do we do this? And that's bothersome to me for various reasons. That is gonna be a pain in the butt to rig, so we're not gonna do that right now. For various reasons, it's a pain in the butt though. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Rig game is probably not something I should be doing in the middle of the night. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do what I was actually thinking about doing. I know that I am very over the top right now, and we haven't even started talking about shows and stuff. So I think I told you guys last time that I rewatched all of Korra, or that I finished rewatching Korra, and I've decided pretty much unilaterally that I think I like Korra better than I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is blasphemy to most people, because a lot of people think that Last Airbender is a perfect show, and I am one of them. A lot of the times, I do think Avatar: The Last Airbender is this beautifully consistent show. Honestly, one of the best shows I've ever watched, and will continue to have a special place in my heart. But I think Avatar is way more consistent than Korra, which I don't think anyone can really argue. Even people who love Korra, like me, don't really argue that Avatar is definitely the more consistent show. Well, I do believe that. I don't. It's one of those things where growing up and figuring out things and looking through things. Things. I'm gonna say this, and if Sheila ever hears this, she's gonna be like, "Okay, I need to save this clip." But there's really no such thing, because I say things that are objective all the time, and it's not true. There's an objective thing that's better in terms of like liking media and stuff. There's nothing that's really objectively better. There are things that are okay. So yes and no. There is no objective best. There is things that are objectively better media. Obviously, like, there are some things that are higher just are better media from a artistic standpoint, from a logical standpoint, just from an analysis standpoint. There's more meat to those bones. Meanwhile, things like sorry. Meanwhile, I look at things like so yeah, there are objectively better things, but in this case, you can't really say which one's objectively better. But let me specify why I think Korra is actually just a better show. Well, Avatar is, again, the most consistent show. It has an extremely consistent cast of very likable characters, and the show has just a solid run from beginning to end, with only like one or two stumbles of episodes in between. They do pretty great representation. There's still some issues with the fact that most of the actors who voices the characters are white, when the cast characters themselves are people of color. And there is still two white guys wrote this. And again, that's all things that exist as problems, and you have to deal with those problems. And nothing is perfect, and you have to deal with that. That said, I think that Avatar: The Last Airbender does a really good job at all of these facts. Like, even with all of these other things going on, they do a really good job telling a really great story, and have a really likable cast of characters that are just amazing. So then you get to Korra. Now, Korra. Okay, so for the record, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the shape keys and just show you guys that, because I feel like I need to just spend a day listening to my own personal music and rigging this. So this might be the last time we're gonna rig this character in this particular video format. I'll probably use this character again in the future, or maybe model a character next, just because that's really fun and more interesting, visually dynamic, something more people can watch. That said, but I will probably come back to the character for animation purposes and stuff, but I do think I just need to listen to a podcast or something, and just spend a day on it, have an entire day, not a day that I've been working in VR the entire day and being like, yes, coding, writing. It's a lot of stuff that is just not creatively as, a lot more stuff, which is very tiresome for me. Like, it's exhausting. So it takes a little bit more. It's a little bit more draining, per se. Like, I am drained more at the end. And rigging is a lot of very draining process. Unless I'm listening to something like a podcast or something. Like, I've been listening to a couple podcasts. I want to listen to the Penumbra podcast. I've been listening to a couple other things. God, what are they? It's one that I've been listening to a lot, and it's a horror podcast, and it's really good, but I can't think of it. I'll make sure I mention it next time. Sorry about that. I do have some good recommendations. I've also listened to Black and Anime, which is a really good podcast where Black creatives in the animation field talk to other Black creatives in the animation field, and it's really interesting, really great, just very nice to listen to when you want really cool and unique, not even unique, but like cool, interesting and different perspective. Different is the better word. Different perspectives on the animation field that don't really hear as much about because of just a lot of bad things. Wow, this got downer. Korra, that's what we were talking about. So, Avatar is a more consistent show all the way through. It's a solidly consistent show. Korra, on the other hand, isn't. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of issues, and season 2 is admittedly not very good. Like, I still love season 2, but most of it is not so good. Well, not most of it. Okay. The ending of season 2 of Korra is awful. It is a bad ending. No one likes it. Everyone's like, oh. But the rest of the show around that is still very good. And even season 2 has a lot of really good things in it. Just it's all brought kind of forcibly dragged down by that finale. There. That said, while Korra has more ups and downs, it is also a kind of an arguably smarter show. It literally says, like, if Avatar: The Last Airbender's big emphasis is killing is bad. Like, that is one of the main end points of the show, is like, killing is wrong. And that's good. It's a great message, and it's a very well done episode, and I really like how Aang sticks to his moral. Like, it's really good. Watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a very good show. But Korra, on the other hand, turns that message and says, okay, yes, killing is wrong, but there's a lot more to it than just that. I feel like Avatar: The Last Airbender made me a better person, just like in general, made me just a nicer human being, that made me happier as a person. But I think that Korra, that's the basis, and now we're gonna start with the key. So we're gonna do key 1, and this one's gonna be named I down. Okay, so we're gonna do, actually I should change, it should be left eye down. So left eye is this one. So if you're looking here, that one. So Korra is so Avatar: The Last Airbender made me a better person. Not like a great person in the world, but like a better person. Like, I think more through things, and life is nicer, and I am a nicer person because of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't argue that, and I don't think anyone really does. Like, it's like most people just accept that bit. Like, it's like, yeah, no, Avatar makes you. Oh wait, no, I should do. Okay. So I'm actually going to delete this one. So we're gonna go delete this. I'm gonna do just top eyelids down. Why? Because I have both axes here. Why am I making this harder on myself? Okay, so both eyelids down. Shouldn't take too much. It's fairly easy to do, and we should probably have something on. We should probably have this on. And maybe not that much. We'll see what happens. Okay, there's that, and then because it should actually go out a little bit because her eyes, instead of going forward or more to the side, that's because she is a mouse, and mouses are that kind of eye, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. The real reason is because that's just what I designed for the character. So I don't know how right what I just said is, and if what I said is wrong, please write a comment about how I do not know rat or mouse, or whatever kind of creature she is. I think she's a mouse. Why do I not know what my own character is? That is an excellent question that I will not answer. But no, like, she's a mouse, so that's actually quite good. But that said, the reason why I don't know this, so if you do know that what I said is wrong, then please comment in the please comment below about how wrong I am and how wonderful I am and animated and how pretty I am. Specifically, comment about how pretty I am. I need the extra little boost in my pride this week because there's a lot going on this week. First weeks of camp are tough. We love camp, and camp is great, and I honestly think it's some of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had is teaching camp. That said, it is tough to wake up every day and teach camp and be like, oh, I'm exhausted, and then go home and okay, not go home, I am home. Welcome to this year where I am teaching this from home. But then like figuring out like, oh, how do I person after this? How do I also interact and cook dinner and do all these other things? It takes a lot. Life is tough sometimes. But yeah, no, like, I'm still talking about Korra, right? So, Avatar: Lost Airbender is a show that taught me how to be a good person. It says, here's how to be a good person, or a nice person. I think that's actually the thing. It's like, hey, here's, it's like, hey, you should be a good person. It actively teaches you how to be a good person, like what to do when you want to be a good person, what kind of actions you should take, and how you should interact with people around you. Korra teaches you a different lesson. I'm not going to say it teaches you how to be a bad person. That's not what it does. But it does still follow the track of how to be a good person. But the difference is, why is this not matching? Okay. That's weird, but we can deal with that. Okay, so now watch this. So I have that, and now if I do this, look as her eyes come down. See? Expressiveness. I do not like how that one goes into the eyeball there. So we will fix this to do that. Maybe not that much. Oh, the eye here is a little bit further up. So we're going to just bring that. Boop, boop. That should work it. There we go. Work it, work it. There we go. Cool, we have her eyelid down. Now let's do the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another one. Boop. Not like that. Good, that didn't fix anything. And so what we're going to do is take this eyelid and put it up here. And it's not going to be so much because when your eyes blink, you look at them. The top one goes further down. So we're going to we actually might need to fix one of the eyelids to better go with that idea of like, hey, the eye goes down actually. Actually the eye goes down a bit more. So I'm still talking about Korra. So Avatar: Lost Airbender teaches you how to be a good person. Korra teaches you how to be a compassionate person. And that's very different because what Korra teaches you, and it's again why I think it's a more grown-up show, and you can decide whether that means it's a better show. I do. But what it means to me though is that while Avatar is important and definitely good to show kids, and I think is again one of the best shows to help kids grow as people and become good people. Korra teaches you how to be compassionate. By what I mean is that Korra spends pretty much a majority of her series, unlike Aang, learning from it. So Aang learns from his friends, Korra learns from her enemies. The show is so much more introspective to how Korra reacts to the world and how she perceives the world than what Avatar is. Aang, I love him to death, is a very flat character. He doesn't really change that much from the beginning to the end of the series. Most of his change really happens in season 1, and then sticks pretty much for that because everyone's like, yep, you're good, you don't have any other issues, which is false. He has a lot of issues. But that said, again, we're going back to the idea of Aang being this wonderful person. So Korra teaches you how to be a compassionate person. So Aang was always a kind of good kid. Like, that was the whole thing. He's a very good kid, and then the show pretty much has him defend his personal morals in a time of crisis where his morals are completely, are arguably not responsible. Like, people are thinking that what he thinks, what he believes in, isn't the responsible thing to believe in. And it's kind of hard to argue that sometimes. It's like, oh, well, like, yeah, no, like, he needs to do this stuff, but at the same point, though, yeah, I kind of get where people are coming from, saying, like, you really can't be like this, Aang. You have to understand that, like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Well, okay, I don't like this. That should help that bit here. Okay, cool. Well, that looks like she has closed eyes, actually. That may actually work. Boop. Boop. There we go. Oh, cool, she's scowling. I like that. Okay, see, this is a little bit more fun to watch. Korra, right. So Korra is a lot more introspective of show. It asks way more questions of its main character than Avatar: The Last Airbender does. Aang doesn't change. Korra changes a lot. Korra is a lot more abrasive in the beginning. So Aang, his story is more just how does he remain this good person in a world that is very much not good right now. Korra's is how does a character change when she clearly has a lot wrong with her and she needs to learn how to handle a world. And one of my favorite things about Korra is that, like, Korra is a character that would have been fine fighting the Fire Nation. That she would have loved doing that, actually. That would have been very fulfilling for her, because she's a very not aggressive, but like physical. She's a very physical character. She thinks mostly with her fists, and I love her for it. But what happens is a lot of the characters that she has to face can't just be defeated by being punched. And that's one of my favorite things is, well, Aang's main villain is pretty much entirely defeated by being punched in the face, like he deserves. He calls himself the Phoenix King. He deserves to be punched in the face. All of Korra's villains are a lot more like arguing ideas, and like, yes, they all get punched in the face, and it's wonderful to see them get punched in the face. But because their big issues are that they're bringing ideas forward and that they have legitimate critiques of the world and have legitimate followers that are like, no, this is actually the better way to do the world. It isn't like, hey, I want to take over the world. I am evil. I am the Phoenix King. It's more like, hey, maybe don't oppress people who don't have bending or do not have these same skills and abilities, or hey, maybe we shouldn't just kind of screw over the spirit, our like more spiritual side of our life and just completely disrespect capitalism and things like that. Or hey, maybe governments are evil. Maybe we should tear some of those down so that people can actually, grow in their lives. Maybe governments do not work for everybody and only work for the people at the top, and maybe that's kind of terrible. Or hey, maybe those old governments really didn't protect everyone, and I can protect everyone, and I should protect everyone. What's wrong with me protecting everyone and asking for the land that was taken from us back? And these are all legitimate criticisms in the world, and these are characters who definitely have points and are not entirely terrible people, with the exception of Unalaq, because Unalaq's awful and we hate him and no one talks about Unalaq. Don't. But like, all the other characters have legitimate critiques, and while they might even have partially selfish goals of being like, hey, and like, what they do, there's still legitimate reasons for them to do it. It's one of my favorite comments is like, if these characters came around during Aang's time, they wouldn't be villains. They would be working with the good guys, the heroes in any other timeline. But because they came afterwards, and because they had this because there was still so much injustice in other ways, and there wasn't this really plainly bad person, like them acting against this, they chose to act against these injustices. And yes, a lot of them also had other motivations. Like, some of them were dictators, and some of them were like wannabe dictators, and like that was the thing there. But like, even at their worst, they still made a lot of points, and you couldn't really hate all of them in the same way you could really hate Ozai. It's like, no, they're not bad people. Also, I love. So, and Avatar Lost Air, like another, here's a great example of why I think Korra is a better and smarter show. In Avatar Last Airbender, basically the way that they deal with abuse, and again, this is a fine way to deal with abuse, but the way they deal with abuse and shitty families and shitty parents is basically saying that every shitty parent is evil, and that's kind of a run-on theme in Avatar Lost Airbender. Shitty parents are evil. But if you're a cruddy parent in Korra, you might just be a cruddy parent, but you could also still be a very good person. And you do like, no, like, there's a parent who's bad parent, evil person, leads to evil things. But there's other characters who are just like, yeah, they're bad. They're bad parent. To me, like, I grew up with bad parents. But there's I'm back now. Oh, but how do I deal with the idea that this character that might have hurt me personally still does not good for the rest of the world, and that is a much more complex ask them like after, where it's like, no, they're evil. Don't worry, they're evil. Okay, that is kind of weird ways. 1 second, I need to. Okay, let's see what's going on. My recording is being weird. Can't stop being weird. I'm gonna go back to recording this bit. I might be quiet for a little while. I'm gonna keep talking, but if I'm cutting out, that's why. So let's. So we did the eye. Okay, so we did the eyes. We also probably should do eyebrows. So this is bottom eyelids, and I can do the individual eyelids later. Maybe. Let's just do this for now. So we're gonna do another one. Again, I probably will redo all of them. I'm gonna even save this as just like showing off this stuff. Millie, def not complete. Millie, there we go. Save. There we go. That way I can keep that in my mind of like, this is not the right one. But I want to show you how this works. And so this is what we call shape keys. They let you make the shape keys. They let you change things on the model itself so that when you use them, they'll change the facial expressions. It's cool, it's fun, and there's ways to do this in an advanced way that really makes this pop, per se. But again, this is more for me. This is more just to show you guys. I'm probably not gonna keep this one. Just because there's better versions of I've done this better. And also I'm not entirely sure I've rigged this yet fully in the way I want it to be rigged yet. So again, this is all probably stuff I'm gonna redo, mainly because I just want to make sure I do this in a way that gives this character what she deserves for a character rig, which is a good character rig. I think all my characters deserve good character rigs, so I will do those. But because I don't necessarily, because I needed to do a project and I've been working on this and I couldn't think of anything new, I decided to continue this and make this. But yeah, in short, I think Korra is a smarter show. I think a lot of hate Korra gets comes from the fact that it pretty much asks people to think a lot harder about the characters, specifically the main character, and it doesn't give you as clear of answers about like what is right, what's wrong. Yeah, one of the characters literally spells out that this is the theme of the show, that you aren't necessarily going to know what's right and wrong at all times, all the time. I didn't do the thing. I should have done the thing. Let's go back here. Just do this. Nope, that didn't work. Let us go to open recent. Do not complete. Really. There we go. That works. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. We're gonna go here, hit plus. This is gonna be angry eyes. I'm just having fun. This is just us having fun and talking and doing all this fun jazz. So yeah, Cora asks people to think probably way more than you're used to in a cartoon, and even in Avatar. It's like, yeah, no, like there was a clear evil and good in the original Avatar, and that is comforting, actually. In a lot of senses, that's very comforting. Like, you like it when there are clear answers of what's right and wrong. You don't like it when you're forced questioning things about morality that you weren't normally supposed to question. You like it when bad guys are bad and good guys are good, and there's not really any argument about what is right and wrong and whether the good guy is really doing the right thing. And that's fine. I'm not criticizing people for preferring that. That's a perfect reason, especially when the world itself is so gray. Sometimes you need that kind of escapism. Angry. I think her eyebrows go way too wide there. Let's bring it in just a bit. Like, let's just see what happens if we take her eyes and just smooch it. Okay, cool. That looks a little bit better. Let's see. Angry. Cool. That looks angry. Actually does look angry. I actually like how that came out. So we're gonna do that. Now let's do another one. This is gonna be sad. And this one is pretty much very similar, except I just go down further here than over there. And she's sad. Sad Millie. I know that I haven't talked much about Millie as a character yet. That's because I'm still figuring out what she is as a character. But yeah, like, yeah, sad. Sad Millie. Look at how sad she is. I can probably even bring this in and around. There we go. Sad. Oh, that just looks like her head shrinks. That doesn't work. We're gonna get rid of that one. And do another one. See, this is the issue with this kind of character. I might need to adjust some things to make it a little bit more clear about, like, hey, this is how she looks when she's sad or upset or angry or whatever. Okay. Oh, that works. That works better. Let's bring this down now. And yeah, that's all I needed here. That didn't actually take much more. It was actually, there we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I can do that, and what happens if I do angry on top of it? Oh, that looks concerned. Anger, middle of the road. Concerned. Interesting. Sad. Angry. Concerned. Interesting. And now let's combine a couple more. Angry. Like, what? This is like, what the heck are you talking about kind of face. I like it. Okay. Let's play around some more. What if we do sad? Why would you say something like that? What if we do oh God, why? Okay. Cool. What if we lower the top eyelids too? What is going on? Okay, so don't combine all of them. Good to know. This is just like, I do not know how to deal with this. There we go. Let's give that a little less. Yep, okay, that's about right. What if we anger fry this bit? Oh, wow, I like this a lot. So I like how this one comes out, where it's like, yeah, she is pissed. Look at that. Look at that face. That's a good face. I like that face a lot. Now let's do another one. Boop, boop, and boop. I'm getting very tired. I'm probably gonna turn in a little bit earlier than usual. I've been recording thus far for 35 minutes, so I'll probably go to at least 45 minutes. But yeah, no, I'll probably turn it a little bit earlier than usual. I'll try to make it a longer one next time, just for you guys, just for you, the viewers, where I don't go off bases about core about 18 billion times. And again, I don't think I'm going to do Millie next time. I just wanted to show you guys facial rigging. It's fun, it's cool, I like it a lot. And honestly, I think it's one of my favorite parts about rigging, because this is where you can get like facial expressions, and I love facial expressions. Ooh, ee, ah, ooh, ee. Like, I love that stuff. It's one of my favorite things about drawing too, is I try to make really nice facial expressions. That one you can't really tell as much, but it's there. What if I do angry as well? What if it's like, how dare you? How dare you steal that car? Ugh. Okay, right now I just referenced Harry Potter, which I am not okay with. Yeah, not a big fan of Harry Potter right now, or for a while now. Mostly because, God, that writer is awful. I could do the mouth. Do I want to do the mouth? Oh, that's a lot. I can show you. Yeah, I do promise. I do like rigging. It is actually a lot of fun, and I think it's a lot of interesting things. I realize that music has stopped. Let's make sure that goes up again. There we go. Like, I like a lot about rigging, because like rigging is cool. Rigging's nice. I like rigging, but it's also long and tiring and just not always the most fun thing in the world. Not that I don't like it. It's just that it's not nearly as like fun to do as like other things. Here's a smile. There we go. We got a smile now, and I realized that I did this on the wrong one. So let's try this again. But actually try to add a keyframe this time. Oh, God. Okay, so now let's try. Like, let's give this smile. But it's like, yeah, rigging gets a bad rap because no one wants to do it. And I get that. I do get why no one likes doing it. It is, again, not the most fun thing in the world. It's probably the thing that requires the most math out of all of the different parts. And it's just not fun, and nearly as much. It's like, yeah, I could do other fun things. I'd rather do fun things than this. And I get that, I do. I get it on a deep and spiritual level. That said, I think it's important to still do it. I think it is also one that you should learn, just because okay, if you want to do animation, I think you should learn rigging. If you want to do 3D animation, I think you should learn rigging. That doesn't mean you have to do rigging. I think honestly, an animator should learn pretty much all of the different skills, especially the ones that they don't use, especially the ones that aren't as widely beloved or used nearly as often as some of the other ones. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, character animation is the most fun thing, and writing's important. I think this should actually just be a lesson for all film people, is do the jobs that you don't like doing. The reason why, or you don't think are something you should focus on. The reason why I think everyone should just play around with all the different aspects is because you'll just gain more respect for the people who do this, who do look at it and be like, yeah, no, this is what I do. And honestly, like, I have so much respect for people who do rigging as part of their lives. Like, this is very basic rigging, and I need to get better at it, and I want to get better at it. Like, there is no part of me that isn't like, yeah, no, I need to be better at like rigging and even doing facial expressions. This is not me doing my best facial expressions. This is me doing quite literally the bare minimum, because I just wanted to talk and hang and enjoy life with you guys. But yeah, no, this isn't the best. I mean, I like it. I like the face. Like, oh god, like I can get behind the face itself. It feels like a very Chicken Run, which I heard is getting a sequel, which, you know, Coolio, man, EO. God, I'm tired. I really should go to bed soon. I have camp in the morning. But I love, like, so the thing is, the reason why I think you should do rigging is just, or you should do all the jobs that you don't think about, is because, like, oh, you know, Wallace and Gromit, it's that studio. It's because you get A, more respect, and B, you just don't take it for granted. Like, I don't think, like, obviously I don't, I used to not think about, like, how much it takes to rig, or, like, make clothing, or other things. And when I came to animation, as far as animation goes, I thought, like, oh, 3D animation is the easier one. And, like, yeah, it's nice to do all of this different things in 3D animation, but, like, when I started modeling and rigging and doing all that stuff, I gained so much more respect for every single 3D animation. I'm like, how do they do that? And I want to learn. It makes me more interested in learning. It makes me more interested in animation in general, because I learn all this stuff. And I just have always really liked learning animation stuff. I usually pick it up pretty well. I know I was the first kid in my class to pick up rigging, which was cool. So much so that people were like, hey Pat, can you help us rig things? I'm like, yes, I can help you rig things. And then I didn't get into the school, and so that is a different issue. But rigging is still very interesting, and I really do love it. And I like just animating. Animating is fun. It gives me a lot of joy. It makes me feel a lot better about my life. I feel like I'm making something, and I can see how those things, when they get made, come out, and I appreciate and love it, and it makes me happy. It makes me personally very happy to do, because I like how it comes out, and I get to share this stuff with you guys. And I know I didn't do much today. It wasn't really much. It was mostly me just talking about Korra and doing a little bit here and there. But yeah, look, unless we can make some facial expressions now, it will be really fun. Like, I like this one a lot. Ooh, let's see what happens when I add the mouth in here. Ooh, I like that. It's very much like, oh god, why? What if I do the smile? Yes. What if I do an ang? Ooh, okay, so this is them being like, ooh, okay, I see it, I see it, I see it. But what if we take that down? What if we do sad here? Oh, no, that doesn't really work that well. That's unfortunate. Oop, it's still there. What if we do angry? Oh, this is like plotting. This is laughter. This is like an evil laughter kind of thing. Like she's laughing evilly and maniacally at some poor sap who just annoyed her. Ha ha ha, this is even more evil laughter. This is just regular laughter now. Let's see. It's like, oh, this is so funny. I'm laughing because it's a funny joke. Ha ha ha. Okay, see that's a happy expression. What if I do angry? Oh, that's an evil expression. Cool. What if we take that and we do sad? Oh, you shouldn't. See, okay, so this is where, like, find facial, because you can really make all this stored facial expressions, and you think about it through, like, ways of, like, how facial expressions are combined a lot of times instead of how they just work. So I like rigging. I do, and I need to do it more, and I need to finish milling. So I think my goal for this week, when I'm not working on stuff for camp, is to rig this on my free time. I've also been doing a lot of drawing in my free time, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the next week's animation. Well, actually, I think I'm 2 weeks away from here, so I think I do every other week. So yeah, I think I'm going to finish this on my own, and then that way, the next time you can see this, we can have some fun actually animating this character instead of just rigging them. So yeah, fun times all around. Let's all have fun next time. With that, I've been recording for about 45 minutes. So I think I'm going to call it here tonight. So if you like this video, if you enjoy just hearing me ramble on about movies and shows and stuff like that, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and chat some of the more of the stuff that we post on here. We do other creating hangs, we do other after hours things. I'm bringing up some after hours content ideas myself for some future after hours, so that the night stuff is a little bit more of like other fun stuff. that I record at night. Also, if you like any of our animation stuff, I teach, as I said earlier, video game design, rigging. I teach video game design. I do VR classes. I also do animation and rigging classes. And there's so many other cool instructors who do so many other cool animation courses that you should definitely check out. Oh, not animation course, different computer or digital art courses that you should definitely check out on our website, thedae.com. We have all list of different classes, and our summer camp is in full swing now. So please be sure to check out that if you have someone within the age of small to tall, because you know that if they have any interest in art, I think they'll have a very fun time at our camp. Plus, because it's all digital right now, distance doesn't matter. If you live in Alaska, you can still do a camp at the DAE. You might need to work on the hours because our times are weird when you're not on the when you're not on the same coastline, but it's still fun and you should still do it because it will be fun time and everyone will be happy. And I think it's worth doing, and I think learning this stuff is always worth having fun, and especially with everything going on, it's also nice just to, be part of a creative group and be able to talk and share passion about learning something cool and interesting. So with that said, I hope you all had a very fun time listening to me talk today, and I will check you out next time. Also be sure to ring the bell so you get notified about when we post our new videos, and you can do it for sometimes or all the time. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day for the rest of the day. I am going to sleep right now, which is weird because I am also teaching right now. So think about that.